Nurturing. Oh man, we all need some nurturing right now. That's the topic of today. I'm covering card number 26 from the 88 cards in the Holistic Trauma Healing card deck. And this one's about a nurturing figure. If you didn't have a nurturing figure, even the thought of that can be pretty triggering. It can be hard to connect with because if you grew up with caretakers that harmed you, or ignored you or sent you messages that there's something wrong with you, you're stupid, you have no value or worth, then the thought of even connecting to a nurturing figure can bring up grief. And I want to honor that first off, that it's important to honor the grief of not having had that nurturing figure. I speak on another card about grief. And one of the things we grieve is the life we didn't have growing up when we grow up with childhood trauma. And it doesn't mean you don't get to reclaim that, but that does mean that often in order to reclaim it, we need to grieve what we didn't have first. And if it's a nurturing figure, grieving that and honoring that for your inner little child, for your inner one, is a really important step. And the second part of that step, then, when you have honored that and you've done some practices, it occupies a different space in your body. Then there's an opening and there's an opportunity to invite in a sense of a nurturing figure into your being, into your body, because you deserve that. And you deserve to reclaim the nurturing and the nurturance and those feelings that perhaps you didn't get growing up. And it's not too late. And one way to do that is to engage in a visualization where you get to feel what it would feel like to have a nurturing figure. And that this experience can then be a resource for you when you really do need to invite in that feeling. That's what this visualization is all about. It's about giving you an opportunity to feel the feeling of what it would be like to be nurtured, to be held, and to be cared for. And that once your body knows that feeling, you can call it up again when you need it. So keep that in mind, that as you do this, you're strengthening that feeling inside of you, that you get to feel good. You get permission to feel this thing that maybe you never got to feel. And then once you know it, you can start to invite it in more often in times of need. Another thing I'll say before we start the visualization is that you can look around you to figures and to examples of nurturance to be able to access that feeling. I had to grow up and discover what would it have been like to have that protective, loving, present father. And I did a lot of healing practices. And one of the times that I felt like it was really poignant for me is when I was with a friend of mine and we were hanging out and his daughter came into the room and we were about to do a session together. His 3-year-old daughter came into the room and he attuned and she came in and he like wrestled with her and he gave her all his attention and he gently and lovingly and protectively invited her back out to go with her mother. But after adoring her and delighting in her and making her feel seen and loved. And I remember taking that in and feeling to myself, what would it be like to be that little girl who was looked at with those eyes and with that energy from her father? And I could feel inside my body what it would be. And then I invited that feeling in to be a part of my state. So that's what it feels like. And once you know that, then you know that, and you can hold that in your heart and you get to reclaim that. So that's my experience. And maybe that resonates with you. I would love to hear how this resonates with you. So if it does, please share with me in the comments, like what your experience is and what it brings up for you and anything else you'd like to know about it. All right. So I'll start the visualization. If you want, you can close your eyes if that feels safe. You can lay back and adjust your body and get comfortable. And I'm going to read it from the card. Take a moment. Let yourself relax as I read these words from the card. Find a calm, quiet space and make yourself comfortable. Close your eyes or hold a soft gaze. Slowly and gradually, envision a nurturing figure appearing before you in any form that feels right to you. Notice this figure radiating warmth, loving energy. Feel this energy surrounding you. Now, from this place of safety, begin to share your feelings, your thoughts, and your desires with the nurturing figure. Sense how you're deeply heard and cared for. Now envision the figure gazing into your eyes, directing their loving energy to you. Feel their compassion. Allow any painful emotions to be released as you sense their love soothe the wounded parts within you. Feel free to express your gratitude and say your goodbye as you prepare to end the practice. Know that this nurturing energy resides within you and can be called upon at any time. So take your time. You can stay in a state of relaxation or calm. And I'll see you again when we do the next card of the Holistic Trauma Healing card deck.